Marketing tip: get return website visitors. 6 ways to make your website an authority site. How would you like for people to revisit your website often? Stick around for some tips to that answer. In one of my posts on my marketing blog, Your Website, Is It a Sales Site or an Authority Website?, I suggested that people tend to revisit authority websites. They often return to websites that they perceive as being fun or as a great resource. Sites like Facebook are fun. You have your friends and give updates to each other. You post your message one time and many people, your friends, all receive the same message. It's easy and fun. Sites like Wikipedia are great resources. Even though self-authored entries are vulnerable to factual accuracy, overall Wikipedia is a great resource to find just about anything you want. Sometimes, you only get a little bit of information, but other times you can get a whole lot in just one place. That is what we call an authority website. Many people, including me, have never met Jimmy Wales or Larry Sanger, the creators of Wikipedia. However, we still visit their website. Many of us visit often. Why do many of us do that? Obviously, we are not endorsing anyone we know. Our researching lives are easier by returning to that website than if we tried to research without returning to Wikipedia. Ways to make your site an authority website. Reference website. 1. Useful links. This is the easiest way to create value on your website. Try to think of places that you would need if you were likely to buy the product or service that you provide. Perhaps, you might have a link to the Better Business Bureau. Maybe you have a link to the city government website. You might have a link to a specific IRS form. Whichever links you pick, make them fit your topic. Make sure not to use this as an excuse to trash your competitors. 3. Useful tools. They are not always readily available or affordable to do for free, but if you have some tools on your website that make life easier or fun, then you increase your chance of having that visitor return to your site. For instance, you might have a currency converter on your website. If you sell financial planning services, you might have a tool that gives the weather in any part of the world on your travel site. You might have a mortgage calculator on a real estate website. Point 1 possible twist might be to have a really cool, fun-to-play game. Even if it is unrelated, if only a few people find it, they will spread the word about this game on your website. Point 4. List of phone numbers. This does not work for everything, but it works for a lot of things. Ask yourself, is there a list of phone numbers that someone visiting your website would like to call? If so, then make it easy for them, and list them in one spot. Your website. Remember, you are trying to provide reasons for people to develop a habit of visiting your website. Point 5. How to information. Who doesn't want to know more about how to do things? If you provide easy to understand information about how to do things that are related to what you sell, people will be more likely to return to your website. Perhaps, you might explain how to use your product to accomplish this specific desirable result. You can also offer how to create the same thing that you do. Some people will take what you tell them and do it themselves, but most people will just simply say, "I'll pay you to do it for me." In fact, you will be surprised how many people do this. Actually, we all have. Almost all of us have had plumbing work done where we live. Some of us might watch the plumber so that we can learn how to do it ourselves. Most of the time, though, we just call back that same plumber, who showed us that he or she is an expert. Point 6. Categorize and subcategorize. Categorizing what you do is good for defining your business. It is also really good for getting found within the search engine for many phrases. For instance, if you sell candy, you might further divide that into chocolate, hard candy, soft candy. You might further subdivide the chocolate category into white chocolate, milk chocolate, and dark chocolate. Most people will appreciate the breakdown, especially if you have useful information attached to each. The more categories and subcategories you have, the less likely that people can get the information in other places besides your website. So they will need to return as often as they have business or personal interest in the industry you sell. Summary. In the end, you want to provide an experience that your website visitor will appreciate. You also want to provide a resource that they want to remember and revisit. Good luck turning your website into an authority site.